There are many things that are never talked about in families. Ours is no different. In fact, I might go as far as to say ours has too many things that aren't talked about. My parents' divorce is one thing that was talked about a lot. I heard many stories. My mom used me as her confidant. I was 7. I was told many things about the divorce, none of them positive or reassuring. I still recall how I felt when she told me that my dad didn't want custody of me, but that he would have taken Schuyler. I still choose not to believe that one. Mom was hurt, and eventually, talking about her hurt became almost an addiction. Once I grew up and finally moved out of the house, the one thing I wanted to escape was this legacy of pain. When I was 19, I got a job managing a small cafe in the Mayfair Hotel on Jasper Avenue. I loved my work. It was the perfect place for me. I had responsibility, independence, and was in the process of creating a new identity outside of my parents. One of my favorite customers was a woman named G. She came in the cafe every day on her coffee break. She was sweet, friendly, and really easy to talk to. I didn't know much about her other than what she did for a living. Each day, we talked about our weekends, and I recall spending a lot of time discussing her marathon training. It amazed me that someone chose to run 43 kilometers. After she ran the race, she came to the cafe flushed and proud. One morning, G came rushing through the door, a huge smile on her face. "I know who you are," she exclaimed, pointing at me. "I know you." I was confused until she continued. "You grew up in Fallen. Your dad was my teacher. I remember you. You would come and bring your dad his bag lunch every day. I remember seeing you, pretending to hide under a table in the hallway, trying to fool your dad. You were so cute." I was stunned, completely surprised. I couldn't respond properly. I stammered some kind of response. G was so happy to make the connection. I felt as though I had been revealed from my hideout in the witness protection program. I had worked so hard to leave this story behind, but it had managed to find me once again. And while there was temptation to ask her questions, I pushed that aside. I didn't want the tale of my injury defining me any longer. It wasn't my real story. I was not my parents' divorce. And yet. You can't escape the past, right? At least that's what we are told. I wanted to believe otherwise, but divorce has a legacy. It's like a lead cloud. It weighs heavily upon the psyche. I am who I am because my parents divorced, but I still refuse to let it define me. Children who grew up feeling abandoned take pride in things most taken for granted. For me, the most important thing in my life is to make my marriage work. Each day that I am married is a victory. Each day I have to work on loving without fear. And there are days when the fear wins. I recognize that I am a work in progress, and with each wedding anniversary that passes, I shed the skin of the past. I am creating a new legacy, a legacy of courage.
Favorite delusions.
Men or women who tend to think that it's okay to wear excessive amounts of conflicting camouflage. A brawl of disharmonious horror. A kaleidoscopic cacophony of discord. Where your head can't be seen in the boreal forests of northern Alberta. Your torso will wander off into invisibility amongst the narwhals and icebergs of Cambridge Bay. And just when you think you lost sight of it all, you did. Your trousers have gone off on a special ops mission to hunt down some terrorists in Iraq, where one self-loathes so much that they hope to lose themselves in a multitude of habitats. That's as far as I've gotten with that.
Alrighty.
So what do you guys think about conflicting camouflage?
So
That's your favorite delusion?
That's my...
Is people who wear it?
Yeah.
Are there really people who wear that?
Yeah.
So like they wear like white,
They'll have a white
down below, and
they'll have a white Arctic camouflage hat.
Yeah.
They'll have a boreal forest green jacket.
Yeah.
And then they'll have desert camouflage pants on.
Really?
Yeah.
It
bothers me.
I'm a
bothers me.
purist.
What's that store called?
Millarm. No, Supply Sergeant.
Oh, no, but what's the big hunting store where you can get all that stuff at?
Cabela's.
Yeah.
Cabela's?
Is there one in Edmonton?
Yeah, there is now.
Cabela's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is now on Yellowhead Trail. No big surprise.
No, that's a different one. Is there a Cabela's there now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's Cabela's on the Twilliger Town.
In Terwilliger Town?
Whatever, on the Henday there. What is that? What's the...
Windermere.
Windermere, that's what it is.
Okay, that's why. I was like, Terwilliger Town? I'm trying to just imagine. No, I'm a purist with most things. So although if it's a season of mixing patterns, I can go along with that. Like right now, probably you could wear striped pants with your check top and that would be okay. But camouflage, I don't like that is never, even when camouflage was in, I would never wear camouflage. Even as someone who cares about fashion a lot, I wasn't going to do it.
Someone that cares about camouflage a lot, I'm very disappointed. The fact that someone would wear more than one type of camouflage.
But do you think they're sort of like military fans?
No, I think they're slobs usually. They just don't know any better.
But
and
how
they're
can you be
hiding
a
from
slob
themselves.
and seek out all of that camouflage.
You can't
like,
seek it out. You can't see anything.
No, seek it out, like to go buy it.
Never.
Because that takes an effort for me.
You get that stuff handed down, or you're like, wow, that like iceberg camouflage looks really good with the roughed ring-necked grouse.
How's your guys' podcast going?
Oh, this is what it feels like when I talk to you guys on the phone.
It's true. It's totally true.
Except when Greg and I are having a bombastic fight.
Can I add something about camo?
Yep.
I was gonna say that it's become like this kind of honky, like what's a racist thing for a white person? Like a honky trash
cracker
kind of thing. Yeah, a cracker thing. A douchebag. A douchebag, is that racist? I don't know.
It's sexist actually because
it's a douche.
A douche,
right.
yeah. But okay, carry on.
But like you guys know Giant Tiger?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Don't
like
buy food there.
Everything at Giant Tiger, it's like neon camo, like pajama pants. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like...
It's so you cannot be seen on Laser Quest.
Who does not want to shop at a place called Giant Tiger? I just can't, like, seriously. It's awesome.
Is that in Vancouver?
It's in Saskatoon.
Giant Tiger.
Yeah.
That's
we
like
have one here, too, now.
It's from Quebec. I think.
I just remember going
It's
in
like
and
San
seeing
or
people.
the
Byway.
Byway.
Yeah, total Byway.
the
Everything
Byway.
smells like rubber.
Yeah, gotcha.
Your
It's
tuna.
like Canadian Tire.
Your frozen meat smells like rubber. The pajamas smell like rubber. The Christmas
Greg.
decorations.
Yeah.
Do you want to just move the computer a bit so I can see stuff?
No, that's unacceptable.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There we go. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, well, so...
But
just to
anyways.
expand on that a tiny bit, on favorite delusions of camouflage, it's like, so what's the
agenda?
what's the impetus behind that? They
Yeah,
like guns.
Yeah.
Guns for sure.
They support the army.
No,
Hey,
like some of them are just they look like
proud.
lower, you know.
Yeah, but look, you need to be
They'll
realistic.
have Crocs on, right?
The
Crocs.
people that support the army are not.
Educated.
No. Wow.
Oh, sorry.
It's terrible.
Sorry.
That's not what I was going to say. I was just going to say.
Unless you're an Air Force pilot or an astronaut.
Right.
Right.
They're not the Laurier Heights crowd,
No,
so
of
to
course
speak,
not.
right? So.
Laurier Heights, it's high on the thing.
Right.
You know, where you stand in class. Laurier Heights.
That's right.
Park View, though,
I
you got
never
a
thought of
really
that.
high view in Park View.
They're like the JP crowd.
Exactly. You know what I read today that made me laugh? That celebrities don't have relationships. They have relation yachts. Because a ship is too lowbrow for them.
That makes me want to kill myself.
I thought that was funny.
I already
Just
tried
that-
today, and I failed again.
Okay, we're talking about camo.
Oh.
Reminded me
Okay.
of when I took... Or, sorry. It reminded
The big
me
A.
of when I took A...
The big
when
A
she
now,
was-
but she's bloated.
When
with
she was
entitlement.
really young, to see G.I. Jane. Remember that movie?
That came out in
Yes.
2009.
No, it did not.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
I loved that movie.
Was that Demi Moore?
Yeah. And she
she's-
shaved her head.
Oh, I
and
thought you were
she
going to say
was-
she shaved something else, but okay.
Oh,
I'm sure she
yeah,
did that too.
because they showed that.
Oh, I thought it was G.I. Jane. I thought it was all just about a giant lesbian quarrel.
Lesbian coral?
But scissoring.
Quarrel.
Scissor Wars.
Oh. Oh, God.
Scissor Wars of 1997 or whenever it came out. Very, very violent.
With the Sade soundtrack. Okay.
Chantal Kraviazak.
I wish I could think of a part of one of her songs right now, and I just can't. Rain. Isn't she married to Rain? What's his face from
Who?
some
Demi
other
Moore?
band? No, Chantal Kraviazak.
Who the fuck is that?
She's married to Rain Wilson.
Yeah, but who is that? She in the new
Not-
G.I. Jane,
She's
the
a
reissue?
piano
Rain Wilson.
chanteuse. Rain. Oh, Rain somebody else then with two N's.
Rainier
Rainier,
No, he was
Rainier
in-
Pilsner.
He was in some Canada band that had one hit.
Our Lady Peace.
That's it.
Shut up.
You got it. Nope, we got it. That's the one.
We're editing that. There's no
Why?
way that I can be that accurate with that.
That's
piece of
impressive.
Shit. Doesn't he play bongos too?
Oh,
Or
probably.
congas?
And
Anyways.
the didgeridoo.
All right. Didgeridoo.
Girls, can you get Uncle Greg another
Uncle
beer?
Greg a beer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
9 bottles of beer on the wall. 9 and 9. Okay, what can I sing for you now?
Let's.
Little child, I've had this feeling.
What is that?
Oh, my little China girl.
Oh, China Girl. I like
You know that song, right?
Of course I do.
It's about Chinese girls.
Okay, so I went dancing for my birthday on Friday night.
When's
and
your
the
birthday?
DJ,
Where'd you go?
the Common.
Flash.
Oh, I
Flash
wish.
or Rebar.
There's nothing left.
She went to the
Where do you
Roost.
go? I went to Buddy's. For my 3 dads,
Okay, yeah.
I was trying to figure out what can I talk about with my 3 dads, considering I don't talk to 2 out of the 3 dads. So what on earth would I have to say about that? But
So you're gonna phone them?
I'm going to do like phone a friend and pretend I'm on Millionaire. Hi. Just on
Click.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire right now? And I have a question. Yeah.
Go.
Go. Okay, so what I thought I would do instead was talk a little bit about my relationship with my 3 dads and just kind of break that down.
Or your non
Right. And
relationship.
my non-relationship with them.
sorry.
So I think
Can
we
you
can
fucking
just
smile?
do that from
Is
now
your face on
on.
delay? Is your face on delay of like bitchy?
It's because I
face?
have to do this. It makes me mad.
Whenever we're talking about any kind of relationship, just fill it in with the boat. So we'll know depending. We'll know what the relation blank is based on the time, what you use. So you can have like a relation dinghy.
You should have.
You could
the
have
big
like a relation canoe. You could have like a relation
Well, I like relation canoe.
cruise.
That's good.
You could have anyway. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is gonna be an editing nightmare. Not having Franchuk here.
No, you're right. It is. Okay, my 3 dads. So I have my biological father, R,
Biodad.
bio dad, and you know my relationship with him took a lot of work because of the Goebbels type propaganda that was
Campaign.
launched against him,
Yes.
which I bought into because I was a child and didn't know any different. However, when I had children, things changed dramatically, starting with, You know, I was actually recalling this the other day, thinking about my grad. And so when I graduated, I was 17, and I was talking to, we were driving to Calgary, and I said, yeah, when I graduated, I was 17, and we had our big grad party at the Delta Inn South, and my boyfriend was 23. Stops, and she looks at me, and she goes, whoa, Mom, seriously? Your boyfriend was 23 when you were 17? And I was like, oh, no. Yes, but you can't do that.
Was that?
Yeah.
No.
That was S. Yeah.
Sorry.
G?
We'll call him Featherhawk by his real name.
That was Featherhawk. So when I...
Was that Featherhawk?
That was Featherhawk. Mm-hmm. So when we went to my grad... What are you laughing about?
I'm just laughing at Shatters. He's got 2 sets of headphones on. He looks like a Rain Man with a beer in his hand and grown out a beard. Looking good.
Rainier
Man.
This is... I only drink Rainier.
Look at that. Rainer.
Oh, wait,
It's
that's
some
not...
truck something.
Red truck. Okay, go on.
This episode of the Sibling Salon is brought to you by Red Truck Ale. Like, if you know them, you can't say their name. That's just the way it is. So if it's like, if you want to say like Chantal Kraviazak,
Right.
you can, because
They know
who gives a
everyone.
shit?
Right.
If she sues us, that'd be awesome.
Well, she won't sue
But
us.
if you,
Because I didn't do a rendition of any of her songs.
I'm going to learn some of her songs.
Yeah.
For next time. Okay, keep going.
In my coat of many colors, Mama made for me.
now we're getting
That's
sued.
not one of them.
That's Dolly
No,
Parton.
you can have that much.
Okay,
and not get sued.
Can you focus on
Sure,
bio
you can have
dad?
30 seconds, I
Yeah,
think.
you
You know
can,
what?
that's true.
I think we should just move on from this.
No, it's good. I'm liking it.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
It's because alcohol's involved now.
It's
No, I only had one glass
it's
of wine.
tough.
Like, that's like drinking a glass of water for
You've
me.
only had one glass of wine since I've been here.
I haven't had any before you arrived.
What about last night?
Well, last
Residual
night,
effects, accumulative, maybe.
I ate some duck
Shellers
confit.
pounding them
tot
back like
poutine.
they're just going extinct.
I'm so hungover, I have to. I'm like, I got to get 4 or 5 in before I can feel like sober.
I'm not really feeling the My Three Dads thing. So, my relationship with BioDad is excellent after a lot of hard work to make that happen. And sort of a discovery that I'm actually a lot more like him than I thought I would ever be, you know? So, the second...
Oh, really?
I know,
Oh.
I know.
Okay, next.
Next is stepdad.
We got bio dad, real dad, I call him.
You call him real dad, but
Yeah.
he's my stepdad, right?
And Jew daddy.
And Jew daddy. So stepdad, not a great relationship with. Never had a great relationship with him. Mainly because I think, well, he's a stepdad, right?
Place and time.
Yeah, place and time.
Place and time. Sorry, microphone.
I did grow up with him for a good solid 8 years, right? In the house.
Yep.
And I can't say that I ever felt like that it was okay that I was there. I felt like I was not, that it wasn't a welcoming kind of environment. I was always really baffled, and I mean, this is mainly in hindsight, as to why he chose to marry someone with 3 kids, because he seemed like not the right person to take something like that on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure, and I mean, I feel quite certain saying this, that if he had to do it over again, I don't know that he'd go through with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
And I'm not saying that has anything to do with
No, it's not. It's not a negative thing.
it's not a
just-
negative
it's
thing. It has
another
nothing to do with
existence.
their
Yeah.
kid
Yeah,
or
for
anything
sure.
like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just it was a strange couple.
And he was a big traveler, and I mean he was independent, right?
Well, he was
before us.
he was alone for, and I don't know his dating history. I don't know his relationship
Mm-hmm.
history. I have no idea. So I have no context.
But he was independent of family. That
hand jobs.
no, that's when the apple crunch comes in. Granny Smith brought to you by Jansen.
Hand jobs at the pool.
in the waterbed. That's all I'm thinking. So
What? On the waterbed?
yeah,
That's so funny. I have the same memory.
right?
Oh.
Right?
Is that a memory?
Yes.
Is that an implant?
That's a memory from the house in Belgravia with the swimming pool.
Oh, I don't remember that. I just remember the tall ashtrays and me smoking a cigarette at 4 years old with Uncle.
Yeah.
Uncle B.
And a waterbed.
Sorry, Uncle B.
Yeah, B. I know. Look at Shyler is rolling his eyes constantly.
Well,
B.
it's like you guys hear the beeping that I have to do. It's like
Sorry.
We're sorry. We're trying.
for every-
Spontaneous conversation is more difficult. Like when you have a
know, but
script,
train your
you can
mind.
do it. We're trying.
Train your mind.
Be in the waterbed. So anyway,
And your ass will follow.
free your mind. Who the hell was that?
It was
Big
redone.
colorblind.
Who the fuck would ever listen to
Don't
this podcast?
be so shallow. Free your mind. Okay.
Apparently, hundreds of people.
Until the second podcast.
No, the second one's still in the hundreds. It's just not as high in the hundreds
I'm
as
just
the first
kidding.
one.
Anyway. Since I moved out, my relationship with stepdad has been not good. And it just actually got worse and worse and worse to the point where I don't have a relationship with him now at all, which creates its own sort of weird sense of conflict. Not conflict, but just tension.
Would you like a relationship with your stepfather?
No, to be honest with you. I wouldn't. And I've thought about this a lot. And I think that, you can't have relationships out of guilt. I think you can have relationships out of regret or reconnect with people out of regret. But I don't have regret. I don't feel like we had any sort of established
Substance
bond.
or anything?
Yeah, we just never bonded.
Yep.
And I,
It was kind of doomed to fail, I think, with especially with you.
right.
Because you're at the sort of perfect age where, you walk into that situation and you already have an attitude.
Right.
And so does he, obviously, being a grown man. So it's like, you're going to walk in and it's just going to be like, yeah, this isn't happening.
Anyway.
Shut the fuck... No, I'm just joking.
All
Shut
right.
the fuck up.
Exactly.
It's like I just
Make
looped that
me.
over the whole podcast and then our ratings go way up. Just shut up to a dance beat. Shut the fuck up.
With a bite of an apple
Shut
every
the
now and then.
fuck up.
I like the shoulder dance you're doing while you're doing that.
I'm gonna put techno music behind the whole next episode and see if that boosts ratings.
Okay, do it. Okay.
Okay, so are we done with my three dads, or are you gonna wrap this up?
I'm going to wrap this up. And so, Jew Daddy, I don't... And hilariously, who's the nicest, loveliest, big-hearted, kindest man I don't have any relationship with because I'm sort of done. You know what I mean? Like,
for
it's... People... I mean, one of the things for me is, and I understand it more as an adult now, but I haven't had the experience of... having kids and getting divorced and remarrying a couple of times. And I think that this is significant because one person can move on. And I think with family relationships, it's really hard. And it would probably be similar. Like if you now, Shyler, were to get divorced and remarry, I wouldn't be jazzed by your new wife, right? I would feel a loyalty.
You wouldn't like my new wife, Gary?
With your new wife, Gary, I would feel a loyalty to Angie, right? And so
Yeah.
I think of it similarly when mom moves on with her life, remarries again. She wants everybody to be on board as fast as she is. But for some of us, we're never going to be able to get on board. And so while I think it's wonderful, I'm really glad he's around because he can look after her and deal with all of that. And I think that's awesome. I like it, the fact that we're going to have a close relationship is not going to happen. I have to pee. Why are you laughing so hard?
I'm just
I
laughing
think-
at Sean.
I think
Just
he's
like looking
done
at the
too.
mic. Oh yeah, of course.
I think Emma's done too. I mean, it's like, obviously, like when you remarry, it's like you have to go through that, and
that's probably
you know,
hard
you're
enough
like-
as it is, right?
I have to pee.
here we go,
I'm sure he
here we
sees
go
me.
again, right? But then it's like,
Here we go again on our own.
exactly. It's like, Here we go again on my own, but with an Israeli accent.
Yeah.
Um,
Now it's just you and me. So let's talk about
I
real
know.
things.
Let's get down to it. The Shiler and Greg show. We like big tits and cigars. What about J-Lo's booty? Soundbite.
What about it? I mean, that's when the apple crunch comes in.
So it's like the bear.
I know that
Holy
wasn't my
cow!
expense. What happened?
Where did you pee in the alley?
No, just right here. We got a bedpan right under her.
Yeah, I just peed.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't want
house on
any
the
phase
prairie.
cancellation from the sound of the bedpan.
I just pee in the
so
chair
I
now.
just,
It's
kinda-
warm.
Little house on the prairie.
Oh, little fairies on the prairie. Okay, let's do album from your youth.
Okay, so the album I picked was it's like kind of the album that like defines my foray
You too.
into
Joshua Tree.
No, I mean that's a good definition, but the Psychedelic Furs Mirror Moves
Really?
is
Mirror
like
Move, Psychedelic Furs?
Yeah, it's not even their biggest record. But
Oh my god, I'm losing my mind right now.
She's really not. It's right here.
Oh my
present.
like,
god, I'm so shocked that you picked that. Do
What?
do 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 do. The Ghost in
But-
You. Here Comes
but, like-
Cowboys. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, and they were just here, and I didn't go see them. That was stupid. I should.
Yeah, I remember. It was
with
for
the
my
Lemonheads
birthday.
opening, and
Why didn't you
I had a
go?
because I had just gone to, or maybe I was in Seattle. I just went to Seattle to see Dylan for 2 nights, and then I thought, okay, well, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
You
just,
saw Bob Dylan?
Yeah, I went to see Dylan for 2 nights.
And it was good?
Well, if you love Bob Dylan, yes, of course, it was
Okay.
amazing.
I'm not
He
a
was
fan.
totally on, actually.
Was he?
Are we gonna have a segment called "The People That Think Bob Dylan Shouldn't Sing His Own Songs"?
Yes.
By Steph. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I have actually a list of people I don't think should sing their own songs.
songwriter,
Tom Waits.
but he really should not do anything but just stay home and write and have
Exactly.
lunch.
And trim his
friends.
afro.
So Mirror Moves. I don't know if you maybe you gave it to me on tape,
For
Steph,
sure
or
I did.
or I heard it and then
I'm
I
totally
got,
taking credit for this.
Yeah, no, I mean that's where but I had that cassette boombox, like it fit
Yeah.
perfectly in my headboard,
Yeah.
and
I remember.
With your sweet earth wallpaper.
yeah, with my giant earth mural and my glowy things all over the place,
And your U2.
and my glow in the dark vibrator. What? And
Butt plug.
I believe they were
and-
balls.
Oh.
Oh, no.
oh boy.
Oh, God.
Anyhow, so at night I'd listen to music when I went to sleep, and I'd lay right between the two speakers, so it might only be at like 1.5 or 2, but it was like an oral experience, like not like oral like a giant blowjob, but like oral like AURAL.
Oral.
I love oral.
Oh my god.
Oh god, and I love his voice to this day. Like it's like the reason why I like Mark Lanigan and all these like sort of deep like personality kind of singers like John Cale or whatever. It's like a lot of it is because of Richard Butler. Is that his name? Richard Butler. There was 2 brothers in the band.
I know. I'm just so
Yeah.
I'm fist pumping right now. I'm literally fist pumping.
Yeah. So what else do I have to talk about this?
Well, you
Like,
have to you have to discuss, does the album hold up?
It totally holds up, except for he plays saxophone like Bowie,
Right.
and it's like, I mean, it's very in fashion again to have the sax on everything, but it's like, so I mean, actually, it would hold up if it was released today, because people would be like, "Ooh, the saxophone! It's so expressive." But it's like anytime
That's my
I hear
favorite voice.
Saxophone is the
is that-
least expressive instrument on
Is
the
that
fucking
you
planet.
being an African American talking like a white guy when you do that voice? Because it reminds me of Chris Rock whenever he imitates white people, where he's like, "I'm a white guy. Well, this is how I got to work today. Hello.
Yeah.
I took the I-95. It's
Like
fast."
Barack Obama speaks.
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
What you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. It's almost like an SNL thing that like, or Key and Peele do the same voice and like all these great
Yeah.
white guy voices. But yeah, no, totally. And yeah, so it would stand up even with the sax. But it'd be nice like if you could get a version of the album without the saxophone. And I have a lot of albums like that where I'm like, this album's amazing. If we could just get like,
Well, it's like Springsteen too. Like
yeah, you go onto iTunes and
Clarence
you're
Clemens. Like, come on.
you're like, pay $1 more for the non-sax version. Okay, I'll do it.
I love that
$10
idea.
more for the non.
That might be the future of music. It's like, who do you hate in this band? I hate the synth. The synth really ruins this band. Pay an extra $5, get the version of you know whatever U2's new album without the Edge playing guitar because you hate how he just jangles all the time, or you love or like no Bono, so it's just like jigga 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 jigga. That'd be amazing.
That's so funny.
You can just, well, I really like the bass player and I like the shaker when they do the shaker.
Can I just get the click track and the shaker and the vocals? Thanks.
It'd be amazing,
That's
actually. if you could do
funny. Okay, let's wrap up.
No. What?
that. Yeah, let's just
What's the end of this?
keep talking.
What's the next one?
No, we
Two
have a
couples
couple
that
of
look
things.
like brothers and sisters.
Oh,
Go.
you're
yeah,
right.
right.
Sorry.
One more.
Couples that look like brothers
pressure, go.
and sisters.
Yeah, so,
Okay,
so I can't
I don't
edit
know,
this
what
unless you send
couples
me
that
your
look
way.
like brothers and sisters. I thought
Who
you
are
guys-
couples that look
who
like
the
brothers and
fuck are
sisters?
you guys talking about?
This is Craig's area. I'm not talking about anyone.
I'm just saying, what is the attraction? Like, what
It's
what
not
is
an
it?
attraction. It's
How do you
something
know?
that
I'm gonna name couples.
it's something that forms afterwards. It's
Since
like people
when?
who get a
Who's
dog.
anybody deciding what this is about? The fact is that there's plenty of couples that look alike. I'll tell you from
Okay.
working at the farmer's market, plenty of
Yeah.
them.
That's true. You're right.
Like dogs and dog owners were.
And
Exactly.
My favorite kind of couple that looks alike might have been invented in Edmonton, where it's like the folk fest couple,
Oh yeah.
right? But they got like the what's that store called? Not McNally Robinson, the like the tool store with the awesome
Lee
special
Valley.
order- Lee Valley, yeah, like the Lee Valley couple who they're like they've got like all the gear, right? They're just like they basically look like Droopy. They both look like Droopy. Or what was the blind guy's name?
Stevie Wonder.
No, different blind guy. Cartoon. Same kind of thing as Droopy. This is terrible. Anyhow, they both have the floppy hats on. They both have like some kind of hiking sandal and
It's
sock.
not Lee
or maybe
Valley. You're talking about what is the
Timberland.
It's a Tilly hat.
Tilly?
MEC.
Tilly wear.
Yeah, but that's folk fest, like written all over it for sure.
All those
Yeah.
pockets.
I know what you're saying.
That's my favorite
Put
kind of-
something in them.
The same, and they're not only do they look alike, they both could be the husband or the wife. Like you don't.
No,
even
you're
know.
right.
Like,
So do you
You're
think
right.
if you ever had a
Fact.
kid, the grandparent might say that their child looked exactly like them when they were a child, and then the other set of grandparents would say the exact same thing to them. Do you know what I mean? No?
yeah.
If
yeah.
they were actually brother and sister.
No, it's just like you have a kid with your sibling look-alike. That's not your family. And your parents say to your child, you look exactly like your mother when she was your age. And then the other set of grandparents say the same thing to the child. You look exactly like your father when he was your age.
That's creepy. I love it.
But that's what
I think
happens.
we should ask D.
No, I know it happens to Mabel actually all the time because she's a total weeb. But then
Right.
she's also
Is that an acronym?
totally.
You're
like
a weeb.
Oh, a weeb. Why am
Yeah.
I a weeb?
Yeah, she's also
You look like
totally
the
a
weebs.
Mitchell though.
I don't look like the
too,
weebs.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Blondish hair, blue eyes.
I don't have
Absolutely.
blondish hair. I have dark brown hair.
It's blondish.
And these eyes are gray.
How dare you?
Nobody ever fucking calls me a weeb again, or I'm gonna snap.
You look like one of those dolls that have like a big doll on the outside and then a whole bunch of dolls on the inside until finally there's a really tiny doll inside.
Nice.
Wasn't that
Hey,
a
dude,
Russian
so
doll?
how many dolls did you
Yeah.
swallow?
Like 20?
Because you're looking pretty fat. Speaking of couples that look like brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
Steph and Greg.
The chili pants just reminded me of that Marky Mark movie where it's called Lone Survivor. And I was watching that movie and I was thinking, probably it's not a good idea to name a movie the ending of the movie. Do you know what I mean? Because I know what happens.
Lone Survivor.
Yeah.
Maybe
What
one survivor. That's
happens?
what they should have called it.
Maybe there will be a lone survivor.
I was just thinking
Maybe a survivor.
his Tilly camouflage pants.
You guys are fucking boring me. Good thing I'm editing this. It's all sound bites through the whole
You
episode.
sound like Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where he imitates his father.
I'm just imitating this.
Remember that? Didn't he?
Droopy mouth. It's the droopy mouth.
Yeah.
Greg has a natural mouth that just falls down.
That's
Okay,
what I hear when
let's
you
wrap
speak.
this up.
Let's wrap this up. Can I wrap it up talking about something positive?
Let's
Okay,
talk about the
let's-
space program.
It's
That
called
sounds
Choose
sober
Joy.
during the wrap up.
It's called Choose Joy. And
Wrap it
that
up before you go out, kids.
Your experience.
Put it on before you go out, just in case.
Just put it on before you
Put-
go out.
Spray it on the condom before you go out.
Wouldn't that be
just in
convenient
case.
if there's
I
spray
know that's
con-
this is invention.
Oh,
Spray it on when you
Spray
get
on
a hard
condom.
on.
it's going to be called this.
No, it's called the green
Sleeve.
Sleeve.
The green sleeve.
Yes.
Ow.
fucking
High five. Spray on condom the green sleeve. That's
Green
amazing.
sleeve.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey,
So many good inventions
to
on
all our fans, we love
this
you.
podcast.
Next time
To
you're
all of our
around
fans,
any of
I'd
our
like to
houses,
say
we need
just-
some booze. Pronto.
To wrap this up,
Yeah.
I'd like to say to all of our listeners, I'd like to say thank you. But I also like to say the best thing that our podcast is for is when you're leaving the house, right? Put it on your stereo. It's going to be about an hour long. And so when you go out, if somebody breaks in,
They're gonna
gonna
think
hear
someone's
these
home.
crazy people talking. And they're going to leave your house and all your stuff will still be there. So that's actually why we make the podcast.
Thank you, our diligent fans.
Amen.